2, 1. All right, hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to another NFT Gaming Bites. Today we got Fedsson from the game Fair Play, which is going to be
Hello,
an
guys.
MMO. And yeah, Fedsson, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your game? What are you doing here with Fair Play?
All right, thank you very much first for having me here. My name is Federico. I'm from Argentina. Actually, I'm living in Spain at the south in a city called Marbella. And well, I've been developing private Lineage 2 servers for the last 11 years and started to get into this crypto world and trying to mix it up my coding skills with MMORPG game. So this is what I bring today, guys. Just
Yeah,
a free-to-play version of what's coming up.
yeah, which is awesome. And you're just, as far as I know, but the viewers don't know, you're just a one-man team, right? Working on this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been coding all this by myself, and I have a nice guy that makes all these graphic designs. But the code, the logic, and the gameplay, it's on me. And yeah.
So, how do you find the time for all this? Like, how long is this taking you? Do you see yourself bringing on other people to work with you, or is this like I want my own kind of indie game project here?
No, of course, I'm really open to everybody that wants to give me a hand and be part of the project. It's for sure welcome to help me. But at the moment, I want to share this project, be able to beta test the game, and be ready to the official version.
Sweet. Well, why don't you just take a moment to describe a little bit more? I know we called it MMO, and I know as well your the assets are shared from a open file. Or what type of game was it called? I know you showed me this before. I'm trying to remember the name of was it Lineage, right?
It's fine. Yeah, yeah. So as in the white paper is described, Lineage 2, it's a MMORPG game that I have taken from a source code, which is open. You can check it in our white paper. Yes. So from this open source code that I have, I have tweaked used my coding skills to make it a more PvP version, play to earn version connected with cryptocurrency. So in order to play the game, want me to show you? Let's
Sure. Yeah.
see.
Walk us through. And I think we already got some chats. They're excited about your Charizard and Game Boy sweatshirt. So you chose
Amazing, right?
well.
Amazing. Yeah, I don't know if it's fine. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
So as you
So
set this up to show us a little bit, it this is based off of the assets of lineage, right? So can players go out and try other versions of Lineage since it's an open source code, or how does that work?
there are quite a lot of chronicles available of Lineage 2. I have picked one, which is called High Five. Yes, and I have been what I've been doing the last 6 months is being maybe synthesizing the game because the game is like too complex for new players to play. So I have tried to make it very simple in order like in maybe day one, you're just able to learn the game, day two, start playing and learning the mechanics and be ready to start competing against other players. So in order to play the game, you just go to the website, download the game launcher. It's a exe file. Yeah, you will get it here. And then at the moment, I have two hosts where you can download the game, Argentina and US. Once you do it, you just check the files. It will recognize if the files inside your project are the same as the ones up in the web. Of course, I have made also public the files that are shared, so everybody knows what is downloading in the computer. I want to show you guys. So you have them here, so you can see all the way all the files that you download. It's a standard Lineage 2 project.
Yeah.
Once it's finished to check, you just start the game.
Sweet. So as you're opening these things, I mean, people are watching, so I think they can follow along. I'm kind of curious to hear from you. Why are you turning Lineage or this version of Lineage into a play-to-earn game, crypto game? Like, why not just create your own indie game that's apart from crypto and play-to-earn? Like, what's the passion? What's the idea here behind it?
I mean, the idea behind it is because I already have access to an open source core that has a lot of content. I'm like ahead of other play-to-earn projects or crypto projects that have to create content from zero. Since you said before in the beginning, I'm the one-man developer having access to all this content at the beginning. It's pretty easier and faster for me to try to develop a new game. Also, I really like the mechanics of how the PvP it's taking place in this game. There are a lot of different skills and strategies that you can use to be able to compete any other players. I just put in my password wrong. So you can create your account for free. You only have to put username, password, email, wallet address is just optional because this is free-to-play version. Yeah. Once you do it, you have access to the game, be able to create your character. Yeah. So far, any questions before going?
I think people are just still getting to see what's going on before they ask any questions. I mean, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in.
Right.
My question for you right now is this always going to be free to play, or is this just free to play right now with the current version?
It's free to play right now with the current version. It's going to be after the official release. You will have to pay to get these tokens inside the game. Yeah. So I'm showing you right now. Let me make this screen bigger. Resolution. So probably maybe a bit bigger. Let's see. Yeah. I think that's better. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. So in the free-to-play version, you will log in and get a bunch of tokens. This is like an in-game stable coin that in the official version will have a value of 10 cents per token. Yeah. So you will be transferring from your wallet address to our wallet address, let's say $100. So you will get 1,000 tokens. Yes. With these tokens, what do? You participate in different events inside the game. So each event requires you to pay 1 token. All right. So let's say you play deathmatch event. It's an event. At the moment, I cannot show you guys because I'm one man inside the game.
You're not gonna have a death match against yourself? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I can. I will. I will jump into a battlefield. Yeah, where let's see. I will show you. You will be teleported to a battlefield where you will see your life score going, your kills, your death. Yeah. And when the time is up, let's say 15 minutes per event, the top players of that event will get the tokens from the rest of the players. Yes. So this is not like these play-to-earn games where you just buy maybe your NFT, your asset, and you just click and get money from it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The tokens that are in the game are the ones that the players put. So there is no way to make money growing from the trees, like these projects that promise you to double the second month. Yeah. So that's
I mean, you can print as much crypto as you want. It just, is it worth anything, right? That's the question.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I could give you 1 million of these tokens, but I don't have the funds to transfer you that amount if they are fake. So
Yeah.
mainly
So,
that's what it's about. It's just to give to the community a game where it's for sure not scam, and it's developed from a player to players, to be played in long term.
yeah.
Not on.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, right now it sounds like the earnings would be mostly, as you said, you enter in one of these different game modes competitions. You have to enter in with tokens, correct? And then the winner takes that pool.
Exactly. The winner or the winners takes that pool.
How do
That's
you
the yeah.
how do you think about that in terms of, like, I think some people would see that as like, okay, I'm entering these things, and if I win, I get these tokens. Is that kind of a form of gambling in your mind, or betting in a way? Is that
I
how you
mean,
want it to be? How do you view
it's
those types of things?
it's not betting on gambling, since you are in charge of your character and you are able to like uh, see how skilled you are. So that's why I'm introducing this bit to earn modality that I want to talk you about, where it's not gambling. It's just a skill to prove your skills.
So
It's up to you.
it's almost like the same argument of like you can play poker, which is a card game, but you have to have. I mean, there's a little bit of luck involved, right? But there's skill involved in reading the player, making, what are the odds of winning this hand, and so it's not, you're betting, right? And in this sense, it's like the poker version maybe of MMO. I don't know if that's a fair way to say it, but
Yeah, I mean, in poker, you don't know your cards. Yes,
yeah,
or you don't know the other player's cards, or you don't know which card is coming up unless you are counting or something. But here, you know the skills that you have, you know the other classes of the other skills that that the players are having, so you know what you are up against all the time.
yeah.
Um, so that's, I don't know if that answers your question or the
Yeah, no,
previous
I
question.
think it's an interesting comparison, and I'm interested to see how. I think that's one of the things that I've been wrestling through, not just with this game, with all play to earn games. Especially like in the United States, things get more regulated often, and if it's seen as a form of maybe gambling or betting, I'm just wondering how that's going to be handled. But obviously, I think that's for every country and region to decide. So, and every player, right? And maybe some players want something that's very skill based and controlled, like you're saying, that like, hey, I want to put my money on the line or crypto on the line because I know it's skill based, where other players might not want to take that risk, right? And so I think it's going to appeal to a certain player base. Would
Of
be my
course,
guess.
it's more a PvP version of Lineage 2 in order, and that's how you that's how it's called, this play to earn version,
Yeah.
or bid to earn version. But I mean, talking about this gambling, there are two events that yes are gambling inside the game, which are this lottery where you just buy with tokens lottery tickets, and every day winner decide that it will take all the tokens. That's one event, and the other event it's a horse racing event where these little monsters start running. Yeah, it's this in 20 seconds. They will start running randomly. They will be buffed with speed
Yeah.
in different phases, and that's how they will win. Yeah,
Cool.
and you
Well,
will. Yeah,
while
tell
we
me.
watch them bet, we got some questions coming in. So as
Yeah,
we watch them race, first question is: can we trade items, sell items? Is this, um, with the different game modes right now? Is it you're at a set class and level already, or do you have to go grind elsewhere in the world to level up and then fight?
great having those questions. Let's see the winner here, and I'll show you. I just like how I program this stuff.
That's awesome.
You got the salty whistle one.
Salty weasel. Gotta like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So, talking about the first thing I said is that Lineage 2, it's a very complex game. Yeah. What I made here, it's synthesize the game. In which aspects? When you start, you are full level, yes. You will be starting level 80, that's the maximum level. And you will have this NPC that will allow you to switch between classes. Yes.
Yep.
There are different classes that are categorized between tank classes, damage dealer classes, or healer classes, or support more than healer. Yeah, depending the class that you pick are the skills that you pick. In the real Lineage 2, each race has a class and has more skills than a real role of RPG game has. Let's say you have a damage dealer which also has a healing skill. That's not a damage dealer because it's like a compound version of, so it's discarded as a role-playing game because one character has two roles, so it's not role-playing game. So what I did is divide the classes between roles and just put enough skills of each class in order to be one single role per class. If you want to, let's say, okay, I'm this class, but I want to change my appearance, then you are allowed to by just jumping to this NPC here. You just change race, and this is like League of Legends, where you just change the skin, but it won't change your skills or your stats. It's going to be the same. It's just skin based.
Is there a dream in the future of to make this more of an MMORPG where you are leveling up and have different, or because right now it seems more like a deathmatch game or a battle royale game with MMO type characters, right? Is there going to be an MMO version where you start at level 1 later on in this world?
In this stage, I mean middle term, for let's say the 6 month or a bit more after the official release, won't be like that. But I'm planning to add more features to the game, like Castle Siege, where I will introduce clans, where these clans or guilds in some games are called. You are able to join clans, recruit people, siege these castles. That is more sort of MMORPG feature. But what happens with this that is in, what you tell me about grinding and leveling up is that if you level up, if you have to level up, let's say it will take you 1 month or maybe 2 to get full level, let's say, yeah, for instance, you will have to wait 2 months in order to compete to see if you are able to make money. So I want to take that out from the formula. I want to the game not take too much time of you in order to be able to be part of these events. But of course, I have the skills and the knowledge to make a different version of the game if the community asked for. So if a lot of users are asking for it, I can create a side server where this is possible, of course.
Yeah.
That depends on the community, because as I said, I'm a gamer, I'm sharing the game with gamers, so if the gamers ask, why not?
Yeah, I mean, someone in the chat, Gabriel, said Lineage has incredible PvE. Why just make PvP? So there's someone there that wants the PvE world potentially already. So yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, it will have features like this hunting area and raid bosses that will be included. I will show you, and it's going to have also these weekly events where tokens will be shared with users by let's say a raid boss is spawning or some creatures are invading the city. You have to kill them, you will get the tokens. Yes, um, things like that will happen in terms of PvE, if you're asking.
Yeah. Richard Rania says, "Greetings from Peru. I used to play Lineage 2 a lot. I think it was a very popular game in Argentina. I had never heard of Lineage 2. Is that true? Is that like really big in South America?"
Yeah. In South America, it's really huge. Most players of Lineage 2 are from South America, Argentina, Chile, Brazil, and the rest it's mainly Russia, probably.
Interesting.
Yeah, probably Russia or Germany. Yeah.
Do you have any idea why that game took off in South America as opposed to other places? Is it just the community around it, or do you know much about the history there?
Yeah, I know because I've been developing, as I said, I'm 28 years old now. I've been developing since I'm 17, and I've been playing the game since I'm 12. So the thing is, the game, it requires very low PC resources. And, in Latin America, most of the common people don't have access to high hardware. So it's a game that everybody can play, and also a lot of private servers are established in Latin America. So I think that's the main reason. I don't know.
No, I think that makes sense, and I think a lot of people that are used to or in a country or spot like I am, where they're more used to I'm playing on my high-end PC or PS5 or Xbox One, so I expect amazing graphics. And I think what people don't understand, as you said, is that there's places in the world where they can't run the newest version of World of Warcraft, Fortnite,
Exactly.
League of Legends, whatever. And so it's nice to have some variety out there that is accessible for everyone.
Yeah, I mean the quality. I mean the game launched in 2003, and for the amount of graphics in the game and content, it's huge. I mean, look, I'm standing here, and look all this map.
Wow.
It's huge, and the content is huge.
Yeah.
Having access to be able to change this or to develop according to this, it's a great advantage for me.
Yeah. I think you touched on this earlier, but just so you have another chance to reiterate it, Video Games asked, how do you handle token inflation in this game? Is this another Axie SLP waiting to happen?
No, so as I said before, there's no inflation because the price of the token it's set up since the beginning and won't change because the token is not listed in a blockchain. The token only exists inside the game. That's why it's on the white paper, so you can read it. In-game token, this token only exists inside our Fair Play game, and every token transaction is going to be controlled and registered. So
so how do people redeem it? Is it when they're redeeming that token to take it out of the game, say they won a match or whatever and they want to take it out, is that you? They're now putting the UST or whatever it was up to say this is how you're redeeming it, or how does that work?
So this is work the following way. You have this item is sort of, wait, I had to leave this place because this little guy is attacking.
You're good.
There you go.
You're so good at the game.
Wow, I just killed one with admin commands. Amazing. So So back to town, peaceful. You have every player has this player's assistant book where you have a bunch of buttons, but one of it is account manager. In this account manager, you have access to request or deposit tokens. Yes, deposit USDT and withdraw tokens. So let's say you want to make a deposit of no, the minimum is 10 USDT for say something. You want to deposit 10 USDT. This happens only inside the game. It's just a request created in the database of the game. Yes. Okay. You have to go by yourself to the website, copy the wallet address, from MetaMask or any where you hold your assets. So you're never linking your MetaMask or any wallet to our website. Yeah, that's the most secure thing. I don't want people to be linking stuff with the game that maybe they are afraid of putting their assets in some unknown website that it's a game that is just being developed for a short time. So once you transfer the USDT, yes, me by myself, I confirm the transaction, and the tokens are given to you the moment I confirm the transaction. Everything at the moment, yes, is handled by me. The same way happens with the withdrawals. Yes, you will go to your account manager. You will request a withdrawal. You will, let's say, you request to withdraw 1,000 tokens, which is 100 USDT. The request is coming to the database. I check it's correct. I put 2 time frames to check these requests. So within the next 12 to 24 hours, you will receive the funds according to what you request. This as early stage until I find the safest way to make this automatical, because I don't want to trust these breaches like Axie Infinity that is breaching their tokens with a third party in order to connect it to wallet address, and that's how they got caught.
They got hacked.
So that's what I know. I don't want to go that way, so I'm exploring.
So what happens if I say I want to withdraw 100 and you're like, I don't like you, Luke, anymore. I'm going to decline.
No, that's why I'm sharing me by myself the project. I mean, the trust of the project, it's equivalent to the community. So that's what I bring you here. Me, a player that wants to share with you a game that it's meant to be here for a long time. So it's mainly me trying to sharing the game, answering all your questions, clear all your doubts. That's the best guarantee that I can give to you guys.
Yeah, it sounds like you're kind of taking the stance of, this is an indie game, this is something I really want to be passionate about and be a project for players. But if you're putting money in the game, essentially the way it works is you have to trust me, and that's why I'm out here today to show you who I am.
At the moment,
is that a fair way to say it?
At the moment, yes, it's a fair way to say it. But what happens if, let's say, Binance say I don't like you?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, what happens if your bank says I don't like you? Who are you going to talk about? Who?
Right.
You can't. At least here you have me.
Sure.
You know. So it's more about this. I'm sharing an alpha and beta version of the game that is going to be, of course, free to play. There is going to be also free-to-play version that is going to stay as in parallel with this fair play mode, where players will be able to just compete against each other for free. Yes, to try the game. No tokens. No tokens in between. Yes.
Yeah.
And then
So-
you are free to jump to the game.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try to summarize everything that's going on in my mind. Okay.
Of course.
This is different than a lot of other games. This is a very different take on the play to earn space. So
Of course.
let me just try to summarize so that you can pick apart if I'm getting things wrong, or maybe the viewers are
Step by
getting
step,
something
of
wrong.
course.
So people are putting money in the game, and that's going to like one wallet. I don't know if you own that. Is that like your wallet? which is
Yeah,
linked to the
it's
game?
a wallet. It's a wallet that is not linked to anywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a wallet address that I have it in a different computer. So nobody has access to this. It's completely isolated from the rest of internet
Sure.
in order to keep it as secure as
Okay.
possible. You know.
So they deposit to that wallet, and then in the game it shows they have a certain amount of tokens. That's not necessarily linked to that wallet. It's just an in-game currency that represents what they deposited in. Correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And then they're taking that, putting it into certain games, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna enter in this game for let's say five pennies, potentially win $1, and now when I want to win that $1, I hit withdraw, and that takes it back from that one wallet, and you approve it, and that's how they kind of take their money back out if they want to withdraw." Is that
Exactly.
okay? I'm just trying to make sure I understand what's going
Exactly.
on here.
Yeah.
Because-
You transfer to wallet. I check that is you that you transfer to wallet. Then same process but backwards.
Yeah, and I'm not saying this as to say like you're wrong for doing this or passing judgment. I'm just trying to understand, because I think that this is really like one of the first completely like indie games that I am getting a chance to talk to, because usually it's a project, with 10 to 20 different people, and they have all this, DeFi and DEX tools and different applications to handle all of that, whereas you're saying like, it's going through me, like trust me, right? And so
I mean, yeah,
It's interesting.
the DeFi version could be possible to do that in the future, but I want, as I said, to synthesize. It's simple. It's like
yeah.
one jump to there. It's just 2 steps. It's
Yeah.
not DeFi, or it's more centralized for saying something.
Yeah, it's super simple. I mean, someone was asking about the tokenomics, and so like, well, there is no tokenomics because people put money in the game, you're betting it around, and then you're just whoever's winning is pulling from that pool. It's not like you're creating tokens, right?
No. The tokens in the game are the ones that the player put into.
Yeah, cool. Well, I think I think I finally got my head wrapped around this. So let's move on to some other comments and questions.
It was so simple that
Yeah.
it was hard to understand.
It's funny, but you're not wrong. Let's see.
Let
So
me read as well the questions.
yeah, Gravity Pushes a long time ago. They said definitely not a casual game. It sounds intense. Is the combat like to enter in these? Is this going to be pretty in depth combat for an MMO? Like, do you really need to study all these different abilities and skills to win, or what would you say is the level of skill?
If you want to perform as the best, you will have to learn the skills from each race and class. Of course, that's why, as I said before, I synthesized the game as much as I could in order for any player be able to learn the game in short term.
Sweet.
I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah. Jordan is asking, can you ask what he needed to know for game development? I'm learning Python and Unity. Any game development tips, or especially for your game, what would they need to know if they wanted to like maybe help you out here or there?
I mean, I've been coding for long. I'm not into Python. I know that if you want to learn coding, you probably want to learn first Java and probably C++. Yes, those are the main roots from the rest of the codings. So probably learning Java and C++ would be the best. Plus another big game engine called Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine, which the recent version is the fifth one, is using C++ code. So probably I would go for Java and C++ rather than learning JavaScript or these codes that are a bit messy or they have no restrictions. It's like I learned first Java and then I learned JavaScript. And if I'm thinking to do this in the other way around, would be maybe so hard. Like my mind would get really stuck doing the other way around. So I suggest starting from Java and so on, or C++. This game is developed with using Java, yes, but I've been using also PHP, SQL, HTML, yes, to make the website and to make the connections in order to create accounts. So I don't know if this answered this guy's question.
I think that's a good place for them to start. I don't know anything about coding, so I don't know if it was good advice or not, but I would assume you know more than me. So
well, let's see. If he's happy with the answer, then it's fine.
Yeah. Gravity pushes, I think referring back to our previous topic, sounds like you're going to hold everything in one big hot wallet. Why not have it safe in a cold wallet until it's needed?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm planning to do. But at the moment, I have this one as a beginning. Then, depending the amount of players and money that has to be in and out, I will put a hot wallet and a cold wallet. Because let's say I have 100 players and I have only maybe 2 or 3 requests to withdraw per month. Of course, I want to have cold wallet because for the requests I do it like that. But let's say I have 1,000 players and I have 1,000 requests per month. Then I will split the amount in order to accomplish those requests and the rest in a cold wallet. Of course, both wallets, I mean the blockchain will be shared. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers the question, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Is there any way that you make money off this? Because I know you said you're spending like 10 to 12 hours a day. I'm assuming you want some kind of return on your work, right? Is there a fee that you're a percentage or something? How is that working for you?
So, yeah, I will explain that because most of it's for the players. So this is like this. Let's say 100 players jump to this Battle Royale single event. Where there's like in Fortnite, you have only one winner. Yeah. So let's say there are 100 players. 80% of the amount of tokens is going to be shared among the winner or winners. Yes. In this case, 100 players, 80 tokens are going to the winner, and 20 is going to the project. Yes. Okay. Then that is per event. Let's say you have different event. It's 20% for the project, 80% for the players. And then if you're curious to what I'm doing with that 20%, I can explain. Because
I mean, you don't have to explain your every decision and balance sheet, but yeah, I'm curious when you say
that's what I want.
Okay. I mean, I'm saying you don't have to, but more so, I guess I would be curious on that 20% when you say it's for the project. Is that, like I need to cover my own expenses, or is this like I'm putting it to hiring other people to work on it, or hiring a designer, or like what do you mean it's going to the project? I guess is more so the question that I have.
Yeah, great. So it's to pay the server where it's hosted. Yes, this is at least costing between 50 to 100 euro per month. Yes, then you have the web host. Then a percentage is going to be back as tokens remember that earlier I talked with you about these weekly events that they are going to be spawning these big monsters.
Yeah.
Yes, you have them here. So it's
That
going
is
to
a big
be
boy.
it's going to be a raid boss there that the players participate in killing this guy will get tokens. But as we talked before, tokens don't grow from the trees. It's not meant to be printing the tokens. So I'm taking from that 20% the money back to the players. So it's part on that and part on marketing.
Got it.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
advertising, but mainly will be marketing and back to players, and little percentage for me.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, if you're spending all this time, I mean, at some point, it's nice to have something,
In return,
for your
but
own
I
life.
mean, at the moment, I want to make the game work properly and players be happy to be in the game, and then if I get something from it, then great.
Yeah.
But that's not the main thing at the moment.
Sweet. Well, we got a few more questions, and then maybe we'll kind of
Yeah.
wrap up by just kind of some future things you're thinking about. But Richard is asking, what happens if someone with tokens is PK and he dies? Is there a chance the tokens drop? I don't think that's how that works, right? There's no chance to like PvP kill someone. It's more so you enter in the event and try to win tokens that way.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, first, to answer the question, this token is not droppable, so you are not able to drop the token. You are also at the moment not able to trade it, at least in first instance, until I'm pretty sure that it's not possible to bug or cheat in some way. Yes. So as I said, it's not droppable. And every time you jump to an event, you are in like a flag mode. So that means that you are not able to convert yourself in a PK and drop your gear. Yeah. This is at the first stage of the game, yes.
Yeah.
In each event.
Someone already we already talked about this, but maybe just retouch on it real quick. Is this combat play only, or is there farming and crafting gameplay?
At the moment, it's combat only, but in order to upgrade your gear, which I didn't said before, the gear is also free. Yes, the only thing that you can do is upgrade or enhance is a word, your gear. And the way to do that is participate in the events. By participating only, you will get scrolls that will allow you to increase the weapon. Yeah, and that's the main thing of the game. I mean, that's mainly it. In the future, you will be able to, let's say you have this weapon and haste in, let's make it more friendly for the players to see. You have, wait a moment, I buy some scrolls, it's going to be easier. There you go. So you will get these scrolls. Once you have them, at the moment are free because it's free to play version. Yeah, you will enhance your weapon here. There you go. And it's safe to go until 3. Then the weapon has chances to crystallize. Yes, to disappear. The weapon is free, of course, but the value is the scrolls that you invest on that weapon. Yeah, so that's what makes the weapon valuable. So in the future, you will be able to trade these weapons for your tokens. Let's say, yeah, it went by 4. So that's going to give a bit more life to the economy part of the game, where trading is coming. Like, if you have better gear, you have better chances to win. So it's as the game is developing, is less about gambling or betting, and it's more about skills, a bit of gear, yes, and knowing your opponent. So,
And just to
I th-
clarify, I think you were telling me earlier, these aren't necessarily NFTs. It's just the fact that you're upgrading these items that are in game, and people may want to spend their tokens to trade you for it. Correct?
correct,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's you decide how to invest your tokens. Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. What was the decision behind not wanting to do NFTs? Because I think that's what we often see, right? Is the play to earn is also linked to NFTs. Is that just simpler? Is there a philosophy behind not having them as NFTs?
I mean, the main reason is because linking blockchain with this Java project, it's something that would require bunch a lot of programming and time, and since I would have to get into learning how to do this, won't be as secure as it should be
Yeah.
for a project, and I don't want to make it just another NFT project. What could be possible in the future is create some sort of membership or VIP status, which is like an NFT. Let's say because you have this NFT, you getting this nice. Let's see. Really see here. We're summoning something. So I think we're summoning. Yeah, there you go. So let's say you will be able to, by pursuing this NFT, get one of these pets, get maybe some symbolic. But what I don't want is by paying money, be able to be more than other players. Not
Right.
a pay to
Pay to
win
win.
game.
Yep.
Exactly. So I'm against of those
Okay.
type of
Well,
games.
I think that also answers the next question was options for skins that we could buy that would directly fund you in the game. And it sounds like that might be a later on thing, or do you have
No,
options for
that's
now?
a thing,
Okay.
and it's here in this guy that is invisible for because he's spawning and doing his things. Probably it's coming soon. So there you go.
There we
Here
go.
is. So
Hello.
hello. So as I said before, there are only 3 armors in the game. Yes, which are light armor, heavy armor, magic armor. Yes. So you are thinking, hey, only 3 armors. That is very boring. So what I did, talking about that this game has a huge content, I made every armor in the game a skin. So now you have all armors in the game as a skin. Won't affect your status, your skills, anything. It will affect how pretty you are if you want. And if you want to, of course, support the project. Some of them will be, of course, free. And also, if you are being part of alpha and beta test, some of them will be rewarded to you, be as saying thanks for supporting the project. Yeah,
That's good
that's
to
it.
hear. Yeah. I mean, I always want to be the prettiest, so that's good to know.
Yeah, you have pets, you have a lot of things. There is a motorbike you can ride, horses, dragons you can summon that follows you. But as I said before, again, not something that will give you some benefit to other player. That's what I'm against too. Yeah,
Yeah. So I just have a couple last ending questions here. First,
sure,
to kind of go back to the beginning because I think you were setting some things up and we missed it a little bit.
for
But I
sure.
want to retouch on that question of what does the play to earn aspect mean to you in this game? You know, obviously you can make this fair play game without any play to earn aspect to it. You could just make it, hey, like who wants to come and play these death matches or battle royales in this MMO style, and you can make this indie game without the play to earn aspect. So what is the reasoning behind it for you to add the extra play to earn mechanic?
Mainly because of the uprising NFT games and play to earn games that are sort of scam that I also been into those games that I play the game 1 month, they whip the website, bye bye. That happened for me in 2 or 3 occasions. And I say, why I'm putting money on time in these games if I can make my own? So I was mad on it and I started coding. So that's the main reason. The other reason is because I like challenges. I just want to see the output, the result of my ideas. Those are mainly the 2 reasons. Just to share a play to earn game that is 100% clear or transparent. Transparent, maybe is a word.
Yeah. So it's more so you're trying to bring something to this industry that you feel like is lacking in the play to earn or NFT gaming space. Is that the vision behind it?
Yeah, mainly not like let's say a Ponzi theme, sort of opposite, as you can see. So it's more or less that. I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah, I'm curious what was your story, because you said, I've been in these scam projects before and that left me a bad taste to want to create my own game, which is one response you could have had. The other response you could have had was all these play to earn games are scams. This sucks. I just don't want anything to do with it, and just make a game that isn't play to earn, right? So why did you have that first response rather than like just this play to earn space is a horrible idea in general? Like obviously you didn't give up on this space.
No, I didn't give up because I also I what I like is the ideology of the cryptocurrency that is not having banks in the middle, and that is this peer-to-peer um, ideology. It's mainly about it, how easy it becomes during the last years to be able to transfer funds. I'm from Argentina. I'm living in Spain, and in order to, let's say, make a transference to Argentina, the from Argentina to here, they charge you 60% of taxes. Yes,
So
and
just
goes to
transfer
government.
straight currency to currency.
So yeah, so
Wow.
by yeah, like it's mad, it's mad. So it's mainly about that. It will give also Latin America users the possibility to be able to play these games, earn in USDT, and keep it in your wallets rather than convert it into their currency and be lost in inflation. I don't know if that answers your
Yeah.
question.
I think it's cool that, crypto is so global and impacting so many different countries in so many ways. So it's cool to hear your perspective. As an American, I'm not from that perspective, so it's cool to hear from someone that does get to have that perspective and understand the importance of it for Argentina and other countries as well. So thank you for sharing that. That's really cool.
Right.
Lastly, I just want to give you a chance. Anything you want to shout out if anyone is interested in maybe like joining the community? I know I already have links to your website and Discord, but is there anything else you'd want to point people to, or things that you want to ask of them?
Great. I mean, at the moment, what I want to share with you is that this free-to-play version that I was talking about is launching on the 3rd of June. Yes, you have the date already in the website, and also is mentioned in the Discord as an announcement. So I want to invite you all to be part of the first opening of what would be this alpha version, free to play.
And that's
Yeah,
b2earn.net.
yeah. That's
Okay, I
the
think
website. It's under development. Yes, will be finished in the maybe 5-10 days. But I mean, it's not responsive. Like if you grab it with the phone, it's still nothing showing.
Sure.
But with PC, it's good. So I ain't coding that anymore. So
Cool.
what I want, as I said before, it's just share this project with people that might be interested and give it a try. Have some feedback, and that's it. And if you like the game, for sure you can join.
Cool.
If not, mainly it's feedback, opinions. That's what mainly I'm up to at the moment.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining me today. It was so interesting to pick the brain of a developer on this one-man indie show for a play-to-earn game, and it sounds like you have some unique ideas, and I would agree if anyone wants to join in the fun, go ahead and join the Discord, check out the website if you're interested at all. But again, just thank you so much for joining and talking to us about your game.
Thank you so much for having me. Look, thank you so much, and thank you so much for the users that being here, listening to us and asking questions. I really appreciate that. There is a question here where we can say the feedback Discord. Yeah.
I'm assuming Discord is where you want feedback for the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Discord. There is a bug report. You can also jump and chat in the general chat or any other chat that we have. So
great.
Yeah, great.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for being here, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.